Hi, this is Ann and David from the farm at Catawissa Creek, and in this video we're going to teach you how to create a crop plan.
And we're specifically going to teach you how to create a crop plan for a form of direct market farming called a CSA. So what is a CSA? It's an acronym for Community Supported Agriculture, and broadly it's a predetermined length of time that the customer commits to your season, a partnership between the farmer and the customer, where the customer gets a predetermined amount of items, a mixed variety of vegetables in this case, per week for the whole length of the season. So it could be anything from 5 to 12 items every week for 20 weeks. Usually the CSA lasts from early summer and into the fall. In our case, we run from June to October. We're in Zone 6, northeast of the United States. What we're going to do in this video is also teach you how to adjust the sample crop plan that we're giving you to be applicable to your zone and by your frost date.
So key information that we're going to be putting into our crop plan would be what kind of crop and what variety it is, the seed date and when you're going to transplant it out, the days to maturity and estimated days to harvest, how many beds, how many rows, and where those beds and rows are within your fields. And then we'll also need to consider what the lengths of those beds are and how many plants are going into them, what the spacing is.
It's a lot of information and it gets very overwhelming very quickly because you have to think that we're promising a lot of variety and a lot of different things for a lot of different weeks, almost half the year. So there's a lot of information that goes into this, and you really can't keep it all in your head because you'll forget. And we'll talk a little bit about different varieties of crops like tomatoes or carrots or whatever. They have different characteristics. Some might take longer to get to maturity. Some might be more tolerant of certain things like diseases or temperatures or whatever. So you can't just say I'm going to have a tomato and I'm just going to plug it into my plan. You have to really understand what you're putting in what order, and we'll go through a couple examples like that.
The other thing to keep in mind with these crop plans is we're going to show you the most efficient and clean way to compile all your data, because like David said, there's a lot of information that goes into these crop plans, and we use this master crop plan to feed all of our other plans in our method using a pivot table. So this way, if we need to change something, we change it on only the master crop plan and it automatically updates to all of our other plans. This saves a lot of headaches when it comes to finding errors in your plans.
Yeah, one of the biggest mistakes I've seen in a lot of farming enterprises that I've been to is that they don't have a crop plan and they make these promises, and then customers don't return. There's very poor customer retention in CSAs because it sounds like something beautiful and easy and something you want to be a part of, but then it's very difficult to keep up on your promise. And that's why keeping your data organized, like Ann said, using these methods is very good, because you could just put it in and copy and paste things, but then you're going to have to copy and paste 4 different times as opposed to just updating the one master, and that's that.
So we're going to switch now to take a look at our template plan, which will include a link to this in the notes below. You can copy this plan and put it into your Google Drive and then follow along with our next few videos on how to alter that plan.
If you already have done that by watching one of our other videos with this, just keep your copy that you've already opened and we'll continue to work with that one. But if you're new, do what Ann says and take a free sample and open it up.